Hey, everybody, welcome in. It's good to see you again. Another episode for democracy, of course. Yes.
Saluting.
Back for another episode this week. We're going to be covering a light week, I think. A video game news. We kind of scoured the internet, found some things to talk about, and we're going to talk about them. So before we get to the talking points, we're going to check in with these three lovely gentlemen, of course. Andy, I'm going to start with you. How are we doing today?
Doing pretty good. I've been playing more college football. Been playing in our dynasty. Started out like 2-3, but I've won like 4 in a row now.
Hell yeah, on fire.
6-3.
Yep, bowl game bound, baby.
Doing pretty good. A lot of close games. A lot of players. It looks like I'm going to lose to the portal, and my recruiting has been poor. To say the least.
Yeah. It's tough. It's definitely difficult, man, for sure.
So hopefully that improves, and I get a lot of people in the portal because I'm going to need it.
Did you create a coach, or are you using the existing coach?
I'm using the existing coach, which is not much better than if I would have created a coach. I've still only got like 350 recruiting hours, which is killing me.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah,
yuck.
I did not realize this was going to be the case when I chose the team. So
yeah, you're in it for the long haul.
Been having a good time with that. Getting used to my new playbook and everything, which has made a big difference.
It seems like it. Good.
Yeah. Haven't really played anything else. I just got a game. Haven't played it yet. I just got it yesterday. It's one of those Dark Pictures anthology games.
Okay.
It's called The Devil in Me. And
Heard
it
of
takes place in, or at least part of it takes place in H.H. Holmes' murder house or murder castle, whatever you want to call it.
Castle,
which I'm actually reading a book about that right now, so that piqued my interest. And that's kind of a interactive visual novel thing, so not a lot going into it, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll probably play that soon.
Cool.
But yeah, everything's going pretty good.
I love that. Dan, what's up with you, my man? How you doing?
Hello, fellow patriot.
Hello.
Tell you what's up with me as I've just been spreading democracy.
Sounds like, yeah, you've been in it.
Yeah. No, playing Helldivers. Played a little bit more last night. I think we might have mentioned it last episode. Trying to get to the next kind of point in the grind, right? Which is level 10. Just start weapon customization and weapon leveling up. Level 8 now. So, and it's rough. It is not easy. I didn't realize how much, even when we had 4 players and we were struggling, I didn't realize how much, even going down to 2 players, we were like, we'll drop the difficulty. It does not help all the time. Like it's
interesting. So it doesn't scale, right? It still is what it is.
We tried a new mission type where when you look at the map for where you want to land, it's literally the size of your marker. And we were like, what is that? And it's basically you land on like a platform and it says thin the numbers, and you just have to hit a certain amount of bugs killed. And for whatever reason, on one of them, we're just getting nothing but those giant armored chargers.
Of course.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah.
And
oh my god, yeah.
Basically, me and Justin were taking turns reinforcing each other. As soon as I die, I'm dying as I'm calling him in.
Yep.
It's a fun time though. Outside of that, not a whole lot. I've not been playing college football. Been watching real football, but I mean, I've been kept abreast of it by other people in the league.
He's the one keeping the split screen dynasty from actually happening, right? That's the culprit.
I thought we wanted to have fun.
You guys are me shocked.
Shut up. If I hear one more person in your league complain about waiting for you to play your game, I know more about your league than I should for being in it.
We'll have to do a 3-person dynasty and just say Dan goes 0-12.
That's fine. You know what? I'll be the commissioner. You guys bring your complaints to me. I'll adjudicate.
Dan is just going to be whatever Illinois does, right, for the computer and whatever they do. That's what we'll do, right?
Yeah, honorably ghost coach or whatever.
There
they
you go.
call it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, one
for
of
sure.
our best players in history was called the Galloping Ghost, so it's very,
There it is. Galloping
it's
Ghost.
a
It
Man.
doesn't
great.
sound like a
Nope.
person.
It is.
Sounds-
It's red
Yeah,
green.
that sounds
His
like
name-
fake news. I think you
Oh,
just
right.
made that up right there on
His
the
name
spot.
was John. I'm Jordan. I'm going to come out of my window and go down to his if you. Sorry for editing. It might be tough, but
Yeah, red
70 is the
green.
guy-
If the women don't find you handsome, they'll at least find you handy, right?
yes. Hey, look at Andy coming out with the quotes tonight.
Oh no. Oh man. Well, I'm glad
Before we go to John,
everything's.
because I don't want to hear him for a second. How are you? Please go to you
No.
so I have a moment to.
I want to. Not yet. I'm gonna jump straight to John. John, how you doing? How you doing though?
How am I doing though? Well, last Sunday we had our regular season finale of Leprechaun Bomb's Sunday Night Backyard Baseball. It's playoff time now. Almost got it lined up perfectly with real life baseball, but only playing one day a week. By the time I get to the very end, it will be real life playoff baseball. So it works out just fine. So we wrapped that up. My little monsters, they had an undefeated regular season. So time for the playoffs. We get to face the Crazy Bombers in a best of three series in the All City playoffs. So holding out for that we take that, and then we get entered into the Super Entire Nation tournament, and ideally we're going to win that and move on to the Ultra Grand Championship of the Universe.
Is that really
Jesus.
what it's called?
Damn. Is that real?
What are you playing some aliens or something at the end of that?
That's fantastic. That would be
Oh, it's
cool though.
Mirrored the League Championship Series and the World Series. So yeah, they got their own fun, unique names. Did you guys not play these games back in 1997?
I didn't play that bullshit. I'm gonna be honest with you.
In 1997, I was still playing Madden. Madden 96 was on the Genesis, man.
Yeah,
You
I
don't need
was.
your little
Yep.
kitty games.
Yeah, we don't need backyard when we got the real.
I was playing
I
NBA
forgot you baseball haters over there.
And Bubble Burble, which is the best basketball game.
Yeah, double dribble, right?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Tump. That was the best
So
dribbling
good.
animation in the world.
Yeah, we got that, and also just like Andy, been getting eventually I do finally come around. I get around and I take a game in our dynasty that we are doing. We got a big game coming up this weekend as my Michigan State Spartans take on your Penn State Nittany Lions. So I am anticipating getting waxed, and that'll be my third loss of the season.
Nah,
And
it's
then
not gonna be
the following week, then I get to play Brandon in Iowa. So probably going to get my fourth loss of the season then.
His team's not very good, so that might be a little bit more of a less of a talent gap, right? Because I'm Penn State. I did not want to do the long haul that you guys are doing, because I knew it would crawl. It would crawl progress like it is.
Actually
Right?
I'm having relative success. Whereas Andy is not doing well at recruiting, not to his fault. I didn't create a coach. This is the first time I've ever just went with the real coach. So Jonathan Smith is the coach that I took over there. I'm using him at Michigan State instead of booting him in favor of myself.
Right.
So I'm already in the 50s with my level. So I have pretty good recruiting hours and everything. And actually currently at this moment, I've got a top 10 class.
Oh, let's go.
Weird.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Michigan State's been bad for a number of years, but they're giving him all these coaching hours. Apparently, he sucks at recruiting, so they shouldn't be rewarding him in the game.
Right.
I have the number one recruiting class. I'm not bragging, just making an observation. But that's easier to do, obviously, with a 5-star school. Anything else?
Yeah.
That's kind of all you've been up to a little bit. We missed you Saturday, by the way. Didn't get a live stream. Your old ass went to bed.
Yep. Though my 36-year-old bones, they caught up to me that I like to start at 9 o'clock Eastern time, and during the 8 o'clock hour, I was watching TV in my front room and I was nodding off, and I could not overcome that little slump.
Did you have nightmares about the big war back in the day, Grandpa?
All of us in our school, and then recently after our before we became real adults with real responsibilities and jobs, we would commonly stay up all night long playing video games and everything, and so I'm a developed night owl, and to this day I swear there's a 5 to 7 window where I could if I lay down, I'm done. It's over, and I'll fall asleep. Once I get through that, then like I hit a second win all of a sudden, and then I'm up till like midnight. But
Yeah.
So how you doing, Jordan?
Good luck. Thank you,
Just don't
Andy.
come
For,
scare my
thank you,
wife and
Andy.
kids.
Thank you, Andy, for shoving the conversation in the right direction. I'm doing.
We've
I'm
got
doing
a thin
well.
episode today.
I'm doing well. A couple things. First off, Dreamcast, as of this recording, is 26 years old. And not only is it just not only is it just the Dreamcast, but it is the greatest console, in my honest opinion, of all time. Which is kind of where I wanted to
so ahead of its time.
I wanted to kind of go around and see if each of you have a quick argument or maybe a quick little like, hey, no, I think this is going to be it. So Andy, what do you have? Do you think, are you in the same boat as me where greatest console of all time? Or do you feel like there's something else?
I agree. I think that it was, as Dan, I think, mentioned there, ahead of its time. If it waited, a couple more years to come out, it would have been some stiff competition,
right?
For the others. But yeah, I mean, it was the first console to have internet capabilities, things of that nature. Some
awesome
of the
peripherals,
best games. Yeah, best
keyboard,
great peripherals. You got Typing of the Dead on there,
and
things like that. So. Yeah, I agree. Fantastic library of games, even though it's small in the U.S.
Oh, dude.
And just fantastic system overall.
Quality, definitely a case of quality over quantity for me. I mean, with the Dreamcast, right? It's all of them are just fantastic. There's some duds. Obviously, you're going to have that, but man, there's some really, really, really good heavy hitters in that one. Dan, what about you? You kind of in the same boat? You got a different system that you would throw up there?
It's hard because there's others I would almost want to say are better, but I think I'm looking at it just through nostalgia tint, right? Like they were.
Okay.
Maybe I'm thinking they're better just because like I have some fun like memories to them, right?
For sure.
Like if I try to look at it objectively, like Andy said, like I'd mentioned, like it's ahead of it. It was ahead of its time. I love the games on it. I remember spending hours at my neighbor. In one of the, my neighbor, he had the Dreamcast. We'd play Phantasy Star Online, and we'd take turns. One person using the keyboard to type to people, while the other person was walking around with the controller. I remember playing with Sonic when you get the little, I forget the little creatures you would have, and you had the egg on the
Chow.
Yes, I remember. I don't even know if we ever beat that game. We just spent so much time running around and doing like the grinding and all that stuff, like so much fun. And then I remember Sonic Shuffle. I'm in the smallest of minorities. Like, I don't know why I always enjoyed that more than Mario Party. Sonic Shuffle did it for me. It was one of my favorite games ever.
It's like, fun.
It's a hilariously terrible game.
Yep, exactly.
You're terrible. You're terrible. Shut your mouths.
I think
it was a gem.
Carbuncle ate itself.
I have two guesses for John's. I don't think it's the Dreamcast. But I have two guesses for what John's are. It's the PS2 or it's the Super Nintendo.
Neo Geo.
Shut your fucking mouth.
You had to look that up. You probably
had to. Yes, he did. He's like, what the fuck? What's an offhand?
He didn't even know about the Call of Duty or Halo trailers, but he's gonna pull Neo Geo out. I don't believe that for a second.
Absolutely fantastic.
Got those, how many of those cartridges are as big as a tree trunk you got?
Big old goose egg. No, I'm trying to decide if I'm equal parts offended or flattered that I know you so well. I'm so channeled. Yeah. So it's the PS2. It is the Sony PlayStation 2. This is. I grew up. We had the NES, and then we did have a SNES, and then we got a PlayStation 1, and then we did not get a PS2 for a long time, but I had friends that had PS2s, and I would go there, and I have a lot of memories of playing PS2 games at other people's houses before we finally got a PS2. And that was, the big one that finally opened the door to the backwards compatibility thing. because you had the Super Nintendo, that you ain't gonna put an NES cartridge in a Super Nintendo.
Right.
So you had, we were not. I was my brother and I. We were not Sega kids growing up, so we didn't have Genesis, Mega Drive, or whatever.
Got it.
Whatever, all the
We can tell you
18,000
didn't have
Sega
it.
systems. Yeah, we weren't Sega kids, so. But none of that was interchangeable stuff, whether they were cartridges or Sega CD. So obviously there is. So, but then you got the PS2 that says, you know what? Hey, bring your PS1 games, pop them in. We'll read them.
Right.
And that was huge. That was such a game changer. So my PS1 library was able to continually still be played.
Yeah.
So that was huge. So yeah, I'm completely objective with that. Or subjective or objective.
And you're one of the Tivs, dude.
Yep.
It's okay. Yeah.
What? Yeah, one of the Tivs.
It was a good effort.
To me, it's all about the nostalgia and the memories for me. PS2 hands down, which is so funny because nowadays, like ultimately I don't give a shit, but I'm team Xbox. Like I'm team Microsoft when it comes to Sony versus Microsoft. Ultimately, I don't give a shit, but I made the jump from PS2 to Xbox 360 and never looked back as far as on the Microsoft side. But the PS2 is rooted there.
Right. I think for me, I think the OG Xbox is a very close second. That's just for me though. I think
Dan sold me
it
his original Xbox.
Like the original big one?
Yeah, and I mean, like a couple months later, I got a 360, so it was like end of life.
Yeah, idiot sucker. I got it was a steal of a deal.
Got him.
Yeah, I don't remember playing that thing maybe once or twice, and then onto the 360.
I could go off. I'm almost talking myself out of the Dreamcast being the greatest as I think about the OG Xbox. You know, Kung Fu Chaos, obviously Halo good. Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Morrowind. I mean, there's just you could go off. There's so many games. So that's kind of the opposite though too. Dreamcast, quality over quantity. The original Xbox is quantity versus quality, I think. Granted, there are fantastic games. But that's kind of where you have like over 1,000 not launch titles, but titles in general over its lifespan. So
I said I wasn't a Sega kid growing up, but I know that WWF Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast, you were able to put 9 wrestlers in the ring, and I wanted nothing more as a child than to play that game just to do that, because on our side of the fence, it was 4. You could only ever get 4 in the ring at a time. No more. Somebody, in a Royal Rumble, you'd throw one out. So now you're at 3. One more comes in, and that's it. You're back to 4. And then in PS2, they upped it to 6. But 9 on a Dreamcast? I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, dude, that would be one of those things. Looking over the fence, kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want 9 people in the ring. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And again for the Xbox, they also had the special edition consoles. Like the Mountain Dew green Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's only I think a couple of these different versions of the Dreamcast. So I think you got the black one, right? Sports edition.
Yeah, the Sega Sports.
Then I think you had a black, like a see-through black kind of smokish one, if I'm not mistaken. There's a bunch out there. There's probably obviously some other ones only in Japan and things like that. They're really, really cool. I absolutely love it. But another thing I wanted to mention is before we get too far in the episode, normally I say thanks for watching and all that kind of stuff towards the end, but our last podcast episode did really well. In our vein of, the smaller show that we kind of have on the footprint that we have on there, but the retention, the average view length of that last video was 47 minutes. So that's the highest by any means. It's pushing on 100 views for that. So that's really, really cool. We'd love to see that support. So thank you so much for anybody watching this current episode. If you're new, of course,
I bought view bots, so
that's
I'm glad
fine.
That my money
whatever we need, dude. Hey, tell them thank you. but no, I think that's huge. That's really, really cool. It's good to see some length, commitment to people actually sitting through and watching an episode. I think last episode was probably one of our better ones, just as far as the conversation, the flow and everything. So it's good to see that kind of that stuff get the kind of support that you want to see. You know what I mean? So we appreciate that. So if you're watching this video, please definitely, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on all the different topics. We love some engagement in that way. So please, that'd be fantastic. But hopping on through the rest of the episode, some talking points. We started with the console, my greatest and Andy's greatest console of all time. Turned 26 today. The next one, Hollow Knight Silksong, did release. My wife has been playing it, thoroughly enjoying that game. It is also doing really, really well on Steam. So I think it hit a concurrent players on Steam of 550,000, which is crazy, right? That's bananas. That's we were just talking about, I think last episode, how we think the sales will do, right? We think, when do they cross that 10 million? Does it hit 10 million kind of a thing? I think this shows that it could, right? So we have an article here. Hollow Knight Silksong flies past 550K players just hours after launch. Silksong finally here, and the player count has skyrocketed to 550,000 players just hours after the game was released. After years of waiting, Hollow Knight Silksong finally released on the 4th of September. Despite many issues with buying the game, some have managed to get sought after Metroidvania. On its second day, Silksong Steam flew over 550,000 players, surpassing its day one peak early in the morning. I think that is still, it's sitting there. Within days, the player count continued to jump until it peaked at over 571,000 just days after the sequel's release. So kind of bananas, right? I think that success is proven. Those are just numbers and people playing, but we talked about the price point being really important for that success. We talked about how that's going to drive people's curiosity just because the price is what it is. It seems like it's a quality product. It has come out pretty well. So that's really cool. You love to see that. And not only is this, I think this is probably angering a lot of the AAA studios and that kind of development stream, because they are proving that you can get quality stuff, label it what you want, AAA, AA, indie, doesn't matter. But you don't have to price your stuff at an insane amount, a $70, $80 game to justify, that price. You don't have to do that. You can make your money back by selling a bunch of $20 games. It is doable, right? You don't have to put even a $40. I'm surprised it's not $40. I'm just going to be honest. I'm surprised it's not $40. But it's showing, I think, that, hey, you don't have to do that. And a success like this proves that, I think. I don't know about you guys. Andy, do you feel kind of the same way, or do you think they're kind of grinding their teeth, right? The AAA studios and those publishers?
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. It kind of goes along with, the saying, you got to spend money to make money.
Right.
To bring people in, you got to make it look good. And along with that, a cheaper price is going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, those AAA studios releasing everything for $70 now, and this game comes in, are they threatened by that? Doubt it.
Right.
They're probably happy to see these other people succeed too, but that may, bug them a little bit in the end when you have studios spending millions of dollars for games to fail. So
exactly. Yeah, I think this could be an eye-opening thing. Like, you don't need 300 people working on a game, right? I don't think you need that, right? We've talked about it in previous episodes. AAA development is very much not sustainable for every single project, right? Even for some of these publishers, it's a high risk thing to put out a AAA $200 million dollar project. You got to make that back. So you're thinking, oh, I'm going to put it $80. Well, sure. That doesn't mean more people are going to buy it. That means probably less will buy it because of just everything else going on in the world. John, you kind of in the same boat. Do you think it's a middle finger to that whole AAA publisher charging $80 thing with this $20 success story that Hollow Knight Silksong is?
If it is, I'm 100% behind it.
Yeah.
Full bore, full steam ahead. Do it to it. Bring the system down. Tear it down to the foundation.
Yeah, that's right.
Get it down to the ground.
Burn it down to the ground.
Rebuild it. How many years now have we all been bitching about digital? We all these years of buying $59.99 releases, and then everything goes digital, but you're still paying $59.99 for a digital game, and it's like what? So the consumer doesn't want to hear it anymore.
Yep.
And so if you get a studio that's going to push out quality for a lower price, absolutely. Consumers are going to get behind that, and they're going to get behind them quick.
I agree. I very much agree. Dan, you kind of same boat. Nice to see. Quit chuckling at John first.
Seth Rollins needs to turn it down there, burning it down. But John did make an interesting point. That was one of the things about the big push.
I'm sorry. You walked me into that one.
I'm going to walk you into a oncoming traffic shortly.
A long walk on a short pier.
But no, John mentioned the digital thing, right? Like I remember that was the PR spiel that we got from a lot of people, is by going more digital and cutting the materials cost and the production cost of physical things. That was all in the name of price and cost,
right?
But yet when that went through, there was no change, right? Like.
Yeah, we have to push out a book. We have to push out a case. We have to manufacture. What I mean? We have to do all that kind of stuff. Now there's none of that.
Theoretically, you reduce that, and digital should be a cheaper option, even if it's only $10, right? Because you're shedding supposedly millions, potentially tens of millions of dollars out of your supply chain and out of your cost.
Yeah.
By eliminating all those things, and we saw zero change in the price point, meaning that was just, it goes to this and it goes to this and it goes to this. It goes to things that are optional, like we talked about, right? Marketing budgets, like. It's up to a studio, like games succeed. There's plenty of games that succeed without spending $200 million, $300 million on marketing, right?
Like, 100%. Yeah.
And not only that, some of those big marketing things are the exact things that set them up for failure, right? They shove it down your throat, they build up an expectation, and then they go here, and it's a half-assembled puzzle. They're like, "That's what we got," and you're like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell is this?" Like,
it's also a different age when you talk about marketing, though. Too, it's a different thing now with content creation, right? Where you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna save $250,000, not show my trailer at the Game Awards, right? But I'm gonna take that $250,000 and I'm gonna spread it out. If your game is fun and you take the chance of like spreading it out to, maybe you can make a deal with some content creators that have a large audience, and you're like, hey, you should check this game out. It's a paid, sponsorship or whatever. I think you should really check it out. I think you really enjoy it. That shit goes viral. That shit is a lot of fun. That catches on. It's reaching millions and millions of people, and you spent a fraction, right? It could the reach is much wider. So I think that's really cool, and I think that's neat. Granted, don't get me wrong. I love the shows. I really do. I absolutely adore those, like award shows and Summer Game Fest and PC gaming show and all those kind of things. Love those. But it's cool talking about marketing and like, oh, we could have a different approach, right? But you do with more games launching than ever before. It's also really hard to strike gold when you're buried with all the other stuff.
I do think that it also kind of, to me in my mind, if you're willing to kind of market it that way too, it's a little bit of a stamp of confidence I see them putting on their game, because when you hear that streamers were given a copy of a game and they weren't allowed to stream it earlier, they were given those NDAs. That immediately, if you're like me, I'm assuming is going to go, uh-oh, that's never a good sign, right? Like,
yeah, I see
when they give out, you hear about that. Like, so it's like, if you're willing to do that, like, that means even if it ends up being maybe not the sales you want, like, I feel like they only are going to do that if you are fairly confident in the product you have too. That's how I'm going to look at it as a consumer, right? Because the opposite is proven true, which is whenever they're hesitant or they don't give those things out, almost always the data and everything proves that it's because it ends up a game that was a flop or is not in good shape. It's disastrous. So like looking at alternative marketing methods and things like that, there's a plethora of benefits to it. And the other piece, of course, being, right, like those are optional costs. Like you have that's what you're supposed to hire these people for, is to figure out what's the best use of this of money to get the most impact for it. And you hear some of these marketing budgets, and I'm like, how? I've seen one commercial for it. Like, how do you get where are you spending this?
Exactly.
Like,
no, I agree. Even those numbers go up, and you're like, why am I not seeing it?
And I also think too, the other thing is time, right? We talked about like with Silksong, whatever. Like part of the reason they get away, you can do things when smaller teams and things, these indie games, is they don't have a set like we got to get this done in a year. A lot of these games that succeed that are smaller is because they're working on it in pieces, right? They're letting it come together and be what it needs to be to come out for the most part.
Yeah.
There's so much talk about crunch. It's like that's part of your problem. You're paying a ton of money and also not giving the proper amount of time. You can't have both, right?
Yeah,
like,
for sure. You can't have it good and fast, right? That's not how it's going to work out.
It's been proven too much time and time again. I'll wait longer if it's a quality game.
Yeah, right. John talked about that in one of the past episodes as well.
Yeah, look at Bethesda. People wait for their games, and even when they come out buggy, but people know, okay, I'm waiting this long time. People do that because that's just the expectation they set. You're going to get a massive game with a lot to it, this and this and that, but you're going to wait.
Yeah, right. 100%. That's it's interesting. I think this is awesome to see Silksong kind of doing what it's doing. And I told you, I don't know if I'm going to play the game, but I'm more likely to buy it because it's sitting at $20. It's a 20% off sale. Like, holy shit. Like, I'm going to think, oh my God. Right. So it's really, really cool. Next topic we have, man, it seems like Silksong kind of hits every episode, just like Resident Evil. Somehow we sneak it in there. But next I wanted to talk about a game that I have recently been playing, Cronos New Dawn, which is a kind of a survival horror, third-person survival horror game.
Polish Resident Evil space.
Yes, exactly. Polish Resident Evil Dead Space, right, is how I kind of categorize
the game that we watched the trailer a couple weeks ago.
With like the I think you said it looks like the Juggernaut.
Yeah. Modern Warfare Juggernauts.
Yes, Modern Warfare Juggernaut. That's right. Correct. I actually, that's the game I was streaming the last 2 nights. So Sunday and Monday, it was the games that I decided to stream. But I'm going to put on some gameplay here as we if I talk about my experience, because I don't think anybody else here has played it. But this game is fantastic. I really thoroughly enjoy it. I know we watched a trailer and thought, holy cow, this game's going to be bananas. It's going to be scary. It's probably going to be intense, whatever. But I really enjoyed this game because of how much it is like Dead Space. As somebody who loves Dead Space a lot, I struggled.
Did you open that crate?
You stomp. It's a stomp. Which is 100% the same Dead Space stomp that you do in Dead Space. I don't know, Andy, if you remember, I know you played Dead Space, where you kind of do the stomp, you stomp on the enemies to make sure they're dead. Yeah. That has something like that. Granted, it doesn't do as much as you would think, but it is an option there. But this game's great. It's really, 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 really good. I can't speak highly. I'm only a couple, maybe 3 hours ish into it. But you can upgrade your weapons. You can't wearing the same hoodie. Awesome. Love that. You can upgrade your weapons with like currency and stuff that you find called energy. You can get, you find these cores, which you can upgrade your suit, just kind of like Dead Space, similar to that.
There's creepy mannequins and dolls.
Yes, there's mannequins. So any scary game with mannequins, we know it's going to be scary. It just is, right? It's kind of a staple. Dead take for John, scared the piss out of him. That was great.
He didn't know how to run.
Yeah, he didn't know. Didn't know how to run. But I am playing this on PC. I have a fairly decent, I think, computer, right? And it's fairly performance based. So it's running really well. I haven't run into any issues really. The monsters are scary. There's intense battles. The ammo is extremely scarce too, which is cool. I think I like that. I almost sometimes feel like it's too scarce. I was in a boss battle last night. And it was not going well because I kept running out of ammo. And then I would be like, well, I have to punch you. So I'd walk up and try punching it and I'd die. So it was like, okay, then I need to be resourceful with the things around that I can use. So it does provide that kind of stuff, which is really, really cool. Highly recommend if you guys ever get time or want to dive into this. That's spooky season coming up, right? This game will definitely fill that void. So just wanted to touch on that real quick.
Jump scares?
A little. They had the cat. Remember the cat a couple times and stuff.
Yeah, like you might be like, oh, this is gonna
qualify them.
Well, the cat like makes noise, knocks something over, and you're like, oh shit,
shoots
like,
out from under a table to run away.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like you're walking, and you're like, oh, this is a good area, and then it's not like Dead Take, not by any means.
It'll scare you, John. It'll scare you.
But Dead Take was very much in your face, full screen. This is more like I heard something behind me. I don't know what it is. That's more what it is than Dead Take was like front and center, full screen jump scare, right? That's not what this is.
Yeah.
This is more like the atmosphere I'm in is terrifying. That's why I'm scared constantly versus one peaked scare, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't speak highly enough about that game so far. The story is intriguing. We're going to see kind of what that looks like going on, but yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. It's I'm happy with it. That's kind of what I was expecting. Nice. It's exactly what I've expected. And it's exactly what I wanted coming from this game. So, kind of a weird love letter to Dead Space, which is cool because Callisto Protocol was not that for me, right? But this one seems to be more of that.
I don't think it was that for anybody, sadly, is what it ended up sounding like.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful, but just didn't hold the same attention that this one does for me, at least. Andy, I'm gonna let you talk about this one first, because it's something we are, I think, both equally excited about. I think the other gentlemen their interest is peaked, but maybe not in the 100% gonna buy it atmosphere. But let's talk about your thoughts and reaction to the 007 First Light official gameplay deep dive that they did. I think this was like a week ago. Yeah, almost a week ago.
Yeah, it was about a week ago. Yeah,
About
a week ago.
Sorry, Andy,
it'll be on the screen.
This was everything that I was hoping for. And I think we talked about this last episode, talking about what we wanted and what we didn't want with this game. And I think this really hit on a lot of the things that we did want. Because it goes through the first mission there, and it shows you, okay, you have a set objective, but you have all kinds of different ways to complete, that objective. Like at one point, you have to pretend, you're a photographer. You have to go get a camera. There's multiple different ways that you can get a camera. But you still have that, one goal. So it's not super like, no clear objective on what to do here, but you have your objective and you have multiple different ways that you can go about and complete those objectives. So that was awesome. There was a car chase scene that was amazing. James Bond goes on top of a plane and goes into the plane. Ends up jumping out of the plane, which was absolutely sick. So yeah, this is checking all the boxes for me. I pre-ordered it. People be like, don't pre-order games. I don't usually, but this really hits everything for me. And I did not pre-order the $300 edition that comes with a golden gun.
No, the golden gun thing.
$300.
A golden gun.
Oh, so you better get to be James Bond or something. Like,
man, dude, no, that's one of the cooler ones that I've seen. It's like it is nostalgic from like GoldenEye. It's the golden gun from GoldenEye is what it is. It's like a replica thing, and it's really, really cool. So goddamn cool. Ugh. Damn it, son of a bitch.
There's been a few games lately that have really stepped up the game with the physical peripherals, like the Johnny Knight Rain helmets, were great.
Yeah, those are really cool too. Yeah, I agree.
It's like they're not doing them as often, but I feel like the people that are doing those kind of release things with like some kind of an item, they're stepping up like the quality and creativity on them.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. But Andy, to your point, man, checking all the boxes 100%. It's that high action, highly cinematic experience that I think you and I both want from this. Sadly, John,
Yes.
there is no multiplayer. That will be lacking from this. I know that was your answer to win. Oh, is there something that could tip the scale? And you said multiplayer. There is not going to be any multiplayer. This is very much a action cinematic experience that you're going to get from a James Bond story. So just wanted to burst that bubble, if you will. I can't help myself because I know who the developer is. I think if I didn't know who the developer was, I wouldn't look at some of these things and think, oh, that's Hitman. I get that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's a Hitman thing. I get it. You know what I mean? Like you go up to a ledge or like, for example, there was right here, he's trying to get this lighter and he's going to go to a wheelbarrow that is filled with dried leaves and he's going to light it on fire. That's a distraction. That's something you have, if you've played an IO interactive game, the Hitman Worlds of Assassination, that's very much what you do. You set up distractions to allow you to get access to the point where you need to go, right? You could probably, I don't know if you fail automatically by brute forcing your way through all of this stuff. I don't know if that's the case. I'm assuming you can't. I'm assuming there's a little bit more or a little less freedom. I could be wrong, but
it seemed that way to me in the trailer.
Okay.
I can't say that for sure. But it seemed like it's a little more linear.
Got you. Okay. Which is fine. Which is also fine. That's not a bad thing for me. I think that's what I want in this experience. This kind of, I can't help but think of like Tomb Raider, right? You know what I mean? And this kind of, or even the new Indiana Jones also. That's kind of very much what those are, which is cool. But yeah, you're right, man. Checking all the boxes. This deep dive was fantastic. It did everything it needed to do. I'm as excited as I was, if not more. And I think that's kind of where you're in as well. You pre-ordered it, which is not something you normally do. But today's day and age, you have to, right? Just to get a guarantee a physical copy anymore.
Yeah, that's, and I've actually gone to limited run more recently. I had to pre-order Mortal Kombat Legacy for Xbox on limited run because it was nowhere else. So
thank God they exist.
To get those Xbox physicals, I have done more pre-ordering if it's something that I know that I'm gonna get.
For sure.
That's true. You know, some of these stealth parts in here, I want to say, also kind of reminded me of just the way that, you know, the tactics, the different things you can do, reminded me somewhat of Splinter Cell.
That hurts that you say that, but yeah, I feel that. Only because there isn't a Splinter Cell game that exists right now. I know some have been talked about, but good son of that
Ubisoft
hurts.
needs to get on that.
Get their shit together.
Sitting on that IP.
Yeah, 100%. But no, I could also feel that too. Watching some of these things, it feels the stealth parts are very, very much Sam Fisher. You know, in some of the later titles, where you don't have the wetsuit on with the night vision goggles, but you're more like Conviction or Blacklist, right? Kind of those games. That's kind of what this fits into. I agree. That's actually a great point. That's a fantastic point. But yeah, First Light 007 looking really, really good. I know I'm very pumped for it. It's going to be a pretty good game. Andy seems to be echoing that too. So, you know, we'll have reactions and thoughts to the game when it launches and all that good stuff, probably after our playthroughs. So that'll be a good time. Next, let's see here. What do we got next? Oh, Dan, I'm letting you fully take this. I will give my little standing. Right. I'll give my standing thing of where I am at currently, and then I'll let you get into it. But Helldivers 2 update. Just kind of where Dan and I are at with that game. I'm not there. I have not found the fun yet. Right. I am a level 6 I have been understanding that the research has told me that level 10 is where the unlocks really start happening, and those games actually become a little bit more fun. Just because of the things you unlock, the weapons, the airstrikes, like the supply stuff, like everything after that. That's when it starts picking up once you get to level 10. It seems a little repetitive, which somebody in chat actually mentioned to me the other night, which I kind of agree with right now, but I think that'll change. Again, I've only fought Terminids. I haven't fought any of the automatons. I also haven't fought any of the zombie locations either. So that will freshen up the experience as well. But that's where I'm at currently. I see the light. The light hasn't reached me yet. But hopefully at level 10, it will kind of set in and go from there. Dan, take it away.
First of all, Jordan, I'm going to
I do.
On behalf of Super
yes.
Patriot.
Yes.
So basically, let's summarize here, right? Our mission to spread democracy. It's a slog. It's a slog, right? Many Helldivers have died. Many bullets have been fired. Our friend of ours, Sean, even highlighted that I was probably contributed to a large portion of those Helldiver deaths because sometimes freedom is dirty business. But yeah, I to your point, like I go through ups and downs with it, right? Like it feels a bit underwhelming at some points. Like it's a hard thing, right? Because we did the first few missions and part of it was so easy where you're kind of like, okay, this is but then it seemed to immediately just spike to what in the hell is happening? We can't take two steps. Like it was a really rough transition between those.
What are they called? There was like dragon roaches or what? Roach dragons. Jesus Christ!
Whatever those big bastards were. We had one level where every time we tried to land whatever, there was we're like, oh cool, I don't see one. The next thing you know, 3 of them were like, oh hey, this is awesome. Not
these giant dragons flying through the air, spitting acid and shit at you.
Oh, bastards is what they are, and those stupid invisible motherfuckers. Oh my god!
Yeah, stalkers.
Punch my screen.
Yep.
Punch my screen. But to your point, I mean, I'm kind of where you're at, right? Like I guess I'm not quite as like I'm just you're here, I'm here on holding out, like, all right, almost to 10, right? Like,
yeah.
And because to your point, like, I want to experience the other areas, but like a lot of I was looking last night at like the automatons and some of their stuff, and it's like, I'm like, oh, well, everything here is tied or referencing exosuits, right? Like, we don't have those. So I'm going to guess it's probably a dumb idea for me to drop here type of thing. But to your point, I think the grind can feel a bit monotonous trying to get to those big item points. And this is, from my understanding, is being new, right? A lot of this is community, like the developers and things like that. Like they're choosing where these big like feature things are. They're setting these things like kind of one after the other. It's not a predetermined thing, right? So the change that can happen from like major order to major order can be pretty dramatic.
Right.
I also discovered last night that there was a certain system that had some kind of big space station in it, and you can contribute stuff to like its orbital blockade and all this stuff. Like, so there's still elements of the game that I'm discovering that I don't fully understand that I'm thinking will add more to it. And I'm gathering that there's different effects. Like we were playing the other night, it was a red hazy fog where you couldn't see a foot in front of you no matter where you were at, which made things kind of difficult. Because as you mentioned, then there was atmospheric sound. Like we could tell that those things were lurking off to the left or the right, but you don't know until they're on top of you.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's kind of keeping it difficult right now, is that we have a very limited weapon pool. We have a very limited stratagem pool. We have a very limited choice of like stuff to attack. And as it opens up, I still have some pretty strong faith that it will add a lot to the experience. I'm not upset that I bought it. I still, because there's some games where I get into like, this was a waste of money, like type of thing. But
like I'm gonna force myself through this game.
I'm gonna be a good patriot. I do give the game credit, right? I did not expect the level of kind of like goofy comedicness that's in it.
Yeah.
We were looking at the store the other night, reading the fictitious reviews. Every 1-star review on an item was under investigation for treason. Just the time, it shows you some love and care too, though, put in by the team, right? To put those little details in there.
Yeah.
When your Super Earth flag raises, little tiny, sparkler shoot out, like just that is kind of fun to see. Like that's a level of detail that didn't need to be there, but it is.
I agree.
So
no,
overall,
it's a fun game.
Yeah, we're just kind of in that we're in that early stage grind pains, I think.
Yep. I agree. I think that's why. And I it's not like it's a surprise. I think I knew, but I think it's, even though it's there, it still feels like a little bit of a
it gives me
work.
the same vibe we had with the Division for a while, in between like the original like kind of rollout and the content we was coming, where we were just running the Dark Zone, those same loops.
Yeah, yep, 100%. And I trust
Like,
me, as somebody
you know,
who played Destiny, I get it. I know what the loop looks like. I know that. So I think hitting that, this isn't as much of a live service as those are, because you get to pick what to unlock and you don't need random drops or any of that kind of shit. So
it's Bonnie in the library to me.
yeah, yep, I get it, man. But over and all, I think all in all, you're happy with it. I'm happy with the game. It is fun when I'm playing with
my teammates, which is fun.
When I'm in a group of 4, I'm having a good time. I mean, it's just a good time. Next topic we got. This is something a little bit different for us. It's not actually in the video game world, but it is something we do on an annual basis. Not this show. This show is going to be new for us, but we are attending the Cleveland Gaming Classic. We kind of go to these little convention things every so often. We at least go to one every year as a group, and then we kind of break out and go to different ones. But Cleveland Gaming Classic is coming up on the 19th of September. Just a convention, retro games, old games, collectibles. They have art, which is really, really cool. And a ton of guests. I know one of their guests actually canceled. It's Barrett, the voice of Barrett from Final Fantasy, canceled his appearance. I don't know why. I didn't actually read it, but he's no longer going to be there. But Tifa, her voice actor, is still going to be there for that. So that's really, really cool for people who are in that Final Fantasy. Yeah, Tifa, who are also excited for that. So that's cool. But I wanted to go around and ask, John, I'm going to start with you. What, Dan? What do you fucking want?
I was looking to see. I was like, yeah, his thing's already removed. Because they've got her, and then it was the composer for Donkey Kong 64, Banjo Kazooie, then also sick. Somebody that did game artist and designer for Diddy Kong Racing and Killer Instinct on this, like the 64. So
gotcha. But John, I want to start
Diddy
with
Kong
you.
Racing.
Is there anything, because we do look, you know what I mean? We gander at the different vendor tables, right? Anything specific you are trying to track down this trip?
So I got two things on my list that I'm looking for. Okay. Horns down. Two things I'm looking for. So I have all 6 of the Game Boy colors, the original 6 colors, and I would love to find some kind of a stand, some kind of a 3D printed stand to put them on. I have one, and I like it, but I'd love to have just something a little more unique to them, maybe. I don't know.
That's fair.
So at the past few conventions, I always kind of look around because there's always like 3D printer booths where they print some crazy things, so I see those. I'm trying to look for Game Boy Color stands. That's a pretty niche type thing to look for. So that's why it's taken me. I think I'm going on 2 years now. I haven't found what I'm looking for.
Any market you go to has a 3D printed table on it. Like it doesn't matter if it's a farmer's market. A farmer's market, it's gonna have one, right? It's gonna have like any of those, right? So you just got to go to the markets no matter where they're at. So anyways,
yeah. And I almost now that it's on my mind right now, the one that I have that I like, I should take it with me. And if I'm at one of those 3D printed booths and I don't see anything, the least I could do is at least inquire, like, hey, you see this? I'd like this 6 times over.
Well, you've searched, I'm sure, Etsy or any of those other stores, right? Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, and then as far as actual game related, I have an Xbox copy of Resident Evil 1 and 0 physical disc for Xbox, and I picked that up last year.
Is that for the Xbox One?
Columbus when. Yes. Picked that up when we were in Columbus last year, and I was so excited to find it because I really didn't think that I was going to get it, that I didn't even take the time to examine the case. I just, oh, here it is. Here, take my money.
Always been John. Never checks.
I never check the bag. Yep, that's my calling card. Never check the bag, John. And so when we got home, when I got home and I'm looking at the case, the paper, the insert is a actual legit. It's a piece of paper. It's not the actual photo paper, case art. So the collector in me refuses to have it. I have a very nice bookcase, glass doors on it in my basement where my video game collection is stored. I have not even put that game in the case yet because
it doesn't deserve it.
Because it's not
John
correct.
is serious about his manuals and his inserts. He's the manuals and inserts guy. You don't play that game.
I actually found a copy of that at Media Exchange the other week, John.
And he's like, I got one right here.
Yeah, it's funny you say
know
that.
about that,
Here
idiot?
it is. Oh, that's great.
Oh,
That's
but
fantastic.
remember, and we Andy, we're gonna need you. Our goal every year is for Andy to pull out some obscure game. Make it a contest between the four of us to find an obscure game. Previously, the last year, it was that
Last year,
Jerry Rice. For a couple years, you have Jerry Rice dog football.
Jerry Rice dog football, baby. Yes, sir.
And it took several years to find for some reason.
Oh man,
that company's a front for something. I'm still convinced of it. I don't know what.
So I've got the Game Boy Color stands. I'm looking for the Resident Evil game and whatever obscure game Andy pulls out on his list for all of us to try to find.
The one on Andy's list, I already know I'm looking for.
I'm looking forward.
All right.
I'm looking forward to the camaraderie and the time spent between two of my good friends.
I'm looking forward to none of the time.
Only two of the friends and the other guy somewhere over there.
We'll enjoy it when you go to sleep. When you're asleep at 6 p.m., we'll go out and have fun.
To sit up front this year. Put Dan
over my dead body. Over my dead body. Will you be up front?
So I'm just saying, when I go with you, I end up breaking styrofoam cups and then they leak all over the room.
Oh, because of Jordan's sharp cup holders, fucking idiot.
Oh man.
Teeth.
There is one game that Andy has already told me about. It's the Mr. Bean something, whatever it is for the Wii.
Here we go.
For the Wii. And that is one game. It's every time I step foot into a game store, that's like, I gotta look. Is it going to happen?
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorites right now that I'm looking for Andy.
Mr. Bean's Wacky World.
Dan, do you have anything you're looking forward to? Because I think you and I are sharing kind of a little bit of the same.
Yeah. So yeah, the art you mentioned last year, where you kind of turned me on to that. Like, I guess I've been to a lot of conventions, both like video game and comic and whatever, and I always know they're there, but I guess I never really stopped to look, because if I'm at the comic ones, I'm looking for the specific artists,
Comics, yeah,
right, and things like that. But after finding some really good stuff last year and that, like, I'm kind of excited to look at that again. Game wise, I think I told you that really, after unfortunately, I took a gamble on it was an okay priced copy of Pokemon Silver last year. It wasn't in the best shape, but I was like, I just want to play it. I'd never gotten to play it. I'm like, as long as it worked. The guy's like, yeah, put a new battery in it. Obviously, we get all the way back to Indiana from Ohio. I play it for an hour. I turn it on the next day, and I'm like, it didn't save, son of a bitch. Like, it doesn't, nothing saved. I'm like, great. So Pokemon Silver and maybe Gold, right? Because those two are still roughly the same price. I just don't feel like spending the money on anything beyond those.
What is the approximate price on them?
I think last I looked, they were still they've been jumping back and forth somewhere in the mid 50s up to maybe the low 60s, depending on condition, and obviously it's more for complete.
Terrible.
Yeah, but outside of those kind of things, this one also mentioned that it might have some segment of trading cards as well. So like, I'm intrigued about that, just because I bounce around and collect stuff from quite a few different trading card related things. So a little less games this year, a little more just kind of all the other stuff that you see there, because there is so much of it, magnets and clothes and art and different things. We saw like welcome mats and all kinds of cool stuff. So, and John, I'm with you. Actually, I'm looking for a couple more game holders. I got one last year for 64 games and I filled it. I don't have enough. I need a second one to complete it. Same for the Genesis cartridges. So looking at those too.
Very nice. Myself,
and I'm looking forward. I'm friendship as well. Friendship as well.
Yes.
Friendship. Yeah.
No, I'm done now, Jordan. You shush.
that Mr. Bean game is like it's charting for $80.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's not like the dog football where it was like a what $8 game.
Yeah, I think
this is actually something that I'm curious if you asked a vendor, they may actually be aware of that title and no, I know that I don't have that. Versus
all
the
knew they
dog
didn't have
football,
dog
where
football.
it's like
I don't talk to vendors. No way, I don't talk to vendors. We look through the tubs. We get our hands
They
dirty.
try to tell you, oh, we got a deal on this and this, and you're like, shut up. What? Go.
I'm looking for Mr. Bean. Oh man. But for me, I think for me it is art. I apparently cannot stop buying it because I look at my wall and I'm looking at what is that 28. I have 28 plus 2. I've got 30. 11 by 17 different artists from different conventions and things that I've gone to, and I love that shit. I eat that shit up just because it's so good. It's so fantastic. I love seeing people's takes. Everything from Garrus to exactly. Everything from Garrus to Tekken to Ninja Turtles to Killer Instinct, Master Chief, Bloodborne, Bakugo from My Hero Academia, Gohan, Spider-Man. I mean, Dark Souls, BioShock, you name it, it's up here. But new games always come out, so there's always going to be some new editions of things I want to buy. I just already went ahead and purchased some frames ready to go to be put up on the wall, so I'm already prepared for it.
You got that really awesome drawing from that kid last year too. Remember that?
I did. A little girl drew me a picture and I spent $1 for it.
Yes.
So that was really cool. But I'm a sucker for that shit, dude. If you have a little kid at your booth and they're selling something, I don't care what it is outside of drugs, I'm probably going to buy it. Right. But if your kid's selling drugs, I'm probably turning you in. So, we'll see about that. But yeah, that's right. Born and raised. So I think for me, it's art. I'm thinking more expensive stuff. Complete in box stuff is really, really fascinating to me. So there might be some heavy purchases. I don't know. Depending if the mood is right. But I'm talking like, give me I do want to get a 360. If it happens, it's going to be the Resident Evil Red Xbox 360 with the box,
which you had.
Which I did have a long time ago. But I never had it complete in box, right? Because I feel like that's better if I make an excuse to then put it on the shelf. That leaves me to be more comfortable than just having a loose console out on the shelf. It's just weird to me. If it's out and not in a box, it should be played. That's how I feel about it.
Oh, the old man's tired. Don't worry, Pop. We'll get you tucked in here soon.
Andy, your list. I know your list is long. I know it is. Do you have a couple? Let me give me your top 3. Yeah, Andy's like, well, I actually carry it in my wallet. You know what I mean?
Too big to go in my wallet.
What's your kind of your top 3? I guess that you might be looking for.
Let's see here. So you mentioned the Mr. Bean game. That's probably up there. I've also been trying to complete my Mortal Kombat.
Oh, nice.
And I just got a bunch the other week, and I think I'm only missing a couple now. So I'm going to be looking for Mortal Kombat 4 on PS1 and Special Forces, if you remember that.
I do.
Also for PS1. Other than those two, I only need Mortal Kombat 1, the newest one, which I'm not really in a hurry to get because that's readily available.
Yeah, you'll find
right now.
Yeah, you'll find that one.
And Mortal Kombat XL. The complete version of Mortal Kombat 10.
That's my favorite, most recent Mortal Kombat. I love that one.
So I'll be looking for those. Also, I do have a whole list here, but which ones I really want to go
Little
out
Samson?
for and get. No, not Little Samson. That's not on my list. Couple of GameCube games, Darkened Sky, which I almost bought. If you remember that, it said like something on the it said mint or something on the spine, and I thought it meant mint condition, and then they're like, oh no, it doesn't have a manual or some shit.
I do remember that.
I'm like, okay.
Yep. You're like, great.
Yeah, so yep. I'm like, no thanks. Put
Andy, might I
back.
recommend Dino Dogs Football or Pup Champs if you're looking for something in that vein to add to the list?
No, I'm good. I'm good there.
I just wanted to throw it out there.
Jerry Rice is all he needs.
I'm looking for Jordan. Help me get Cars 2.
Hell yeah.
For 360. Looking for Cars 1 on 360 and Cars 3 on Xbox One.
Did Jordan call you and pretend to find games that you really want and tell you found them for really cheap and then tell you he's just lying? Because he did that to me the other day. It's nice to know he actually gets you games. He calls me and he's like, oh, I found Grindstormer, which is like normally $200 some. He's like, for like $80. But I was like, nah, fuck it. Knowing that I wanted it. I was like, thank you.
Andy, let me ask you this.
I can be a piece of shit sometimes.
Cars for Xbox 360 is, it's got the case for it, but then they also re-released it as a family hit game, so it's in the Xbox 360 family hits style case. Do you care about which version you of the game you get?
Yes. For this, yes. I don't want it to say friggin' family hits on it. Get that shit out of here.
Nice.
Give me that OG. That probably came out close to launch, so it's probably on the rare side.
I thought he was going to say yes, John, and light that candle. I thought we were going to do that because he's very much with normal stuff, not that, right? He's very much the person that's like, oh, don't give a shit if it's platinum hits or greatest hits, or I don't care if it's got a green spine or not a green spine, or if it's a black label or red label.
Green spine, labels, whatever.
But this time, for some reason, I want the original one.
Makes sense.
And it might be because it was closer to a launch game, and that's just a little bit more on the rare side. And it still doesn't go for that much. It's going for like $15 right now. So I'm like, I might as well.
Yeah. 15. It looks like. It's funny because it's on the 360, and then it's on the PS2 as well. So it must have been like late, like you just said, one of the launch titles, or very early in the 360's life.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just a taste. I got a lot more on this list. Then even if I find them, I may not buy them.
He's over here offering up tastes.
Hell yeah. Give him a taste, Andy.
Just a little sample, a little wet your beak.
Little Sabrina Carpenter for you.
I'm not planning on standing in the to get autographs this time, so I'm also gonna explore that art and all that other good stuff too.
It's gonna be like a whole new experience for you. You're gonna be like, wow, this is the whole convention actually.
I mean, even last time I got through everything, although in certain places I was kind of, I guess, rushing towards the end. But I think the 2 years ago, I did not get to. I missed like the very end because I was in that line for half the day.
Well, and you had terrible luck with the lunch break, like the lunch break cut off.
Oh yeah, that was
unfortunate. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, it was.
So normally we go to a different one. It's in Columbus, but it's called Torg. We're very familiar with this one. This is going to be your guys' first time at Cleveland Gaming Classic. If you've been to one, you've been to any of these size, pretty much they're all the same. It's going to have open play. It's going to have consoles for you to play, arcades for you to play, pinball for you to play. So that's going to be really fun. It's going to be a good time. I love the location. I love the venue for this one. It's really, really cool. I have been there one other time with my family, so I think you guys will like this one. It's really, really nice. and spread out too, from what I understood, which was really cool.
Nice.
But
The one
last
bummer,
up,
Jordan, is we're
what's that?
changing the hotel chain. We're Drury guys, and now we got to change it up.
I know. I had to do it. But you know, we get that what is it? That kickback, right? The kickback dinner.
Yeah, we don't get to go. Yeah, John wants to go for the kickback dinner.
Oh man,
Hot
You pay
dogs.
for it.
What? Yeah, John. Oh man, yeah. When you found out, John's like, I paid for it.
It's worked
They
into
do.
the cost of
That's
my
free.
hotel room.
It's free.
They do rock a good
Okay,
breakfast
can you
though.
provide
The
proof
Drury.
of that?
Yeah. Can I have an itemized receipt, please?
Yeah,
Um,
itemized invoice, please.
They had a good breakfast though, dude. That breakfast was no joke. Like
Yes.
both of them have had really good breakfasts for
They're,
hotels. That's a
No, they're
underutilized thing.
Drury does need to widen the cities that it's in. That's all I gotta say. Last but not least, we have LG is going to allow Xbox Cloud streaming soon in their vehicles. No, LG is not going to be making the entirety of the vehicle, but LG is going to be putting their operating system inside of different vehicles. But it's going to let players stream Xbox Cloud gaming in their cars, which is bananas. Let's get a quick recap. How many of you are going to be playing your Xbox Cloud game while driving? Anybody here? Anybody? Any takers? Dan, John? Okay, love it.
That's why we got test. That's why you get a self-driving car. Duh.
That's true. That's very, very true.
So you don't see the wreck that it's about to drive you into coming. You just get taken by surprise.
Microsoft has announced
No,
that
that is
Xbox Cloud
ridiculous.
gaming will soon be coming to some internet-connected vehicles. Cars which make use of LG's WebOS automotive content platform will be available to stream and play games directly from the app. Xbox says the service operates in compliance with driving safety regulations. And a trailer showing the service in action specifically makes note of playing it from the back seat, meaning presumably passengers in the front won't be able to play for safety reasons. So, as most of those things do, where if you have, for example, cars that have navigation, when the car is running and you have it in drive and you're actually moving, it does not allow you to put in your address. It just doesn't. It says, "Oh, can't do while moving," whatever, right? So I'm assuming that's going to be the same concept.
Voice active. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is going to be the same thing for that. Am I ever going to use this? No, I don't see myself using a cloud streaming service for internet-based vehicles. Not something I have.
How
Not
does
something.
it even work when you're driving? Like, where are you getting internet from? You have to use a hotspot?
I don't understand. I have a car that
Starlink.
had it at some point. Like when I bought it, it had like a network that pops up that somebody had through the OnStar thing. I don't understand how it works.
Yeah. So
Like you have to have a service usually too.
Through our collaboration with LG Electronics, we are working to integrate the Xbox experience into select internet-connected vehicles. So,
Thank you for recapping what
He
Jordan said.
did what Jordan
the
said.
vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the vehicle has the internet.
That doesn't answer my
That's
question.
not what we're talking about. Oh my god.
Yes, he asked
We
where the
established-
internet.
We established it has the internet. We want to know how it's getting it. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just
so none of us going to use this probably. I think it's cool that it's available. I think it's cooler that it's available on TV apps and you just hook your controller up. I think that's more.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Mhm.
I still have not had success where I've enjoyed my gaming experience with a cloud-based thing. I can do it with smaller games, but if you go anywhere into some of these other games where latency becomes a thing, then you kind of like ruins the experience for me. So that's just where I'm at. I don't have any other quick hits. That was kind of a quick hit for us, but we don't have any of those topics today. It's been a light week, so we appreciate everybody hanging in there. But I do have games coming out this week. As of today, which is the 9th that we are recording this, Borderlands 4 comes out on the 12th. I'm very, very, very looking forward to this game. Borderlands 4. I'm very excited after Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which was a little bit lackluster for me. I didn't really quite enjoy that one nearly as much. 3 was decent. 2 was the absolute peak. Pre-sequel, I could have probably not existed. I would have been just fine. But 4 seems to be bringing it back to the comedy and the storytelling of 2. So I'm really excited about that. NHL 26 coming out on the 12th. A deluxe edition is already out for those who got that. That came out on the 5th. Roman Sands RE build. I have no idea what that is. Shape of Dreams is a roguelike MOBA for the PC. And then Baby Steps, a game published, I think, by Devolver. That is one of those like going up, those like challenging games, but this is a game where you control the individual's feet and you try to walk up different surfaces. Yeah, which is going to be hilarious. But that
is quite hilarious.
That did come out yesterday. So that came out yesterday. So I guess let's do a round table. John, what do you got coming up? Anything special? Any content you want to highlight? Anything like that?
Nothing special. Business as usual for about another week. I want to say.
All right.
I got 2 episodes, 15. Yeah, 2 or 3 episodes left of Contractville. So I'm wrapping that up. And then we're gonna then we launch a new series into the Storage Hunter Simulator. So we got a month before that drops. So that's gonna be fun. Supermarket Simulator is wrapping up. So then we're gonna find to get into. Our backyard baseball season we're in the playoffs now, so that's coming to a close. And then I am into the big ambitions. So I'm very, it's about high time that 3 of I like to keep a 4-game rotation, and 3 of them are quickly kind of approaching their end.
Oh, cool. Well, that's kind of exciting.
Reload. Yeah, I got to reload quick. I'm really thinking. I'm on the fence, and I've been on the fence ever since I launched my YouTube channel about Minecraft, and I'm leaning more now. I'm leaning more to doing it, and I think what I want to do is involve my daughter with it. I'm not, I'm not gonna be putting her voice or anything on YouTube, so it's just gonna be like us playing, and I think I might overdub a lot of the audio on that. But I don't know. I'm thinking that might be an interesting angle to play Minecraft and sort of follow her lead. Maybe do play through the eyes of a 7-year-old. Obviously I'm gonna build the things that I want to build, but she's creative, so she could drive some content for me. So
cool. Andy, what about you? What about you, Andy? What are you going to be doing this next in between episodes?
Gonna be a busy rest of the week, busy weekend. Just life in general. So other than normal life events, I don't really have anything on my.
Andy's like, Andy's like, I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I take care of my family, I go to bed.
Kind of.
I get it. I get it.
We got a lot of other stuff. We got soccer practice tomorrow. My daughter starts dance class on Thursday night.
Sheesh.
Something's happening on Friday, I think. We're getting some family pictures this weekend. So.
Wife says go. You're like, I'll go. I'm ready. Here we go.
You know how those wives are, guys. We all know.
Yeah, we did.
So, gonna be a busy week. I'm gonna try to keep playing college football at the very least. Got another game to play. Playing number 25 Texas Tech.
Let them know.
At Texas Tech. Oh, fingers crossed on that. I don't suck. But yeah, it's gonna
cool. Love it.
Busy, and it's gonna. Next Tuesday is going to be here before you know it.
Yeah, well, you're not kidding. Dan, what about you?
Well, that ends this episode.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dan, what about you?
But no, I'm going to probably still continue the grind on Helldivers. So I hit level 8, so I'm almost to that 10. I'm going to work on that. I'm trying not to look down at him. Probably continue to work 7 Days to Die. I know we were trying to not get it progressed to a Blood Moon until you were available because I know you wanted to be a part of the
yes, sir. Oh, I do want to be a part of that one.
And then kind of just the usual, work. I've got some work stuff this week that's kind of got we got guests in at the site and stuff, so it keeps me busy kind of.
So Andy's got the life stuff and you've got the work stuff.
I have the life stuff too. Don't talk about my family like that, John. They're not just stuff to me.
I've got work stuff too. Don't talk about my job like that.
Yeah. God, you're tearing this group apart.
Well, everybody calm down. As the retired.
What do you got going on?
Today was trash day. I had to take the trash out.
Hell yeah.
It's trash day with your fucking trash you're doing in here.
Me, I think I've got a stream tomorrow night and Thursday night. I haven't decided if I'm going to continue Cronos or if I'm going to throw in another game. I got plenty of them, for Christ's sake. I was thinking about buying.
Almost on the Z's, almost on Zoo Tycoon.
Yeah, Zoo Tycoon. We're getting closer every day. Closer and closer.
I'll give you some tips. Yeah, some tips when you finally get to it.
I think
the multiplayer achievements.
I think I did try that one a while ago when it first launched because that was a launch game for the Xbox One. Not my cup of tea.
Yep. Your wife and I, we played that hard for like a day.
Yeah, a day, and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. All right. But I think that's it. That's kind of it for me. Friday I'll be playing Borderlands 4. That's the plan at least right now. With some friends that we all are familiar with, Brandon and Sheldon. Shout out to those two fucking goofballs. So that'll be good times there. But other than that, no, yeah, I think the soccer game this Saturday for my daughter. Work is dog shit. That is what it is though. So we're gonna live that life. We're just gonna do that until we die because that's apparently the norm, which is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I'm good. Everything's solid. I'm excited to get to this content. I do enjoy this conversation that we have every week. So, but yeah. For everybody else, so I appreciate everybody watching. If you stuck around to the end, which it seems that most of you did for the last video, so that's awesome. Let us know your thoughts. What are you excited about? You're going to be playing Borderlands, NHL 26. Are you going to be playing Xbox Cloud in your LG vehicle that has internet? I don't know. Let us know. Let me know your thoughts on the 007 First Light gameplay deep dive that they had. Also, Cronos, let me know what your thoughts are if you've played the game or if you're looking forward to it. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you everybody so much for being here. We'll see you on the next one. And yeah, we'll see you later. Thanks.